Yeah, welcome to the show. I mean, it's the franchise. I'm Daniel Ehrenberg. That's Logan. And today we're going to catch up on some like recent shit, I guess. So, uh, Logan had the bright idea to cover these together. I thought it was good. Why don't you come in? What's up, buddy?
Yeah, hey guys. This is the first time we've ever recorded a real episode at night.
Is that true? I mean, I've done it before with Hank.
Well, yeah, because we did Twilight, the Twilight Mentary, but that's it.
Thank you for saying the full title. um, all right, so we're gonna watch Clerks III. I mean, we already did, and it was a fucking nightmare. Um, but that's the new Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah, D Train's off the leash. If nobody follows Dan on Letterboxd, usually what he does is he will review the movie, but he won't put the
Star
star
rating,
rating. He
yeah.
doesn't want to spoil the podcast. But this week he didn't give a shit. He spoiled both movies.
Well, see, what happened was I saw Confess Fletch, which is the other movie we're covering, in theaters, like a month ago or so, and so I already had the grade. Like, if anyone wanted to know like what I thought of that movie, they could just read that review. And so I figured, like, whatever. Clerks 3 is like not even a real movie anyway.
So why didn't you watch Clerks, but you did watch Fletch?
What are you talking about?
You said you had already watched Fletch, but you didn't already watch Clerks?
Oh, it was just like a fluky thing. My friend Eric just like called me up one day and was like, "Hey, I want to go see that new Fletch movie. You want to go with me?" And I was like, "Fine."
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone to see it otherwise. But it was a good time, and we both enjoyed the film.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's definitely the better of these two.
Oh my god, by leaps and bounds. I mean, Clerks 3 makes fucking Confess Fletch look like Fletch.
Yeah.
I mean, Confess Fletch is good. So Clerks 3, let's get it out of the way. It you want to go into the development of it a little bit?
Yeah. He had a heart attack. He said, "I got a great idea.
That's
I
not
want
what
to make another
happened. That's
Clerks."
not what happened.
Okay.
Okay. So they made Clerks 2 in 2006. Kevin Smith has like no ideas. So he's like, "I'll do Clerks 3. That's a good idea."
Yeah. And I wasn't around for those, but I saw Clerks a couple years ago. Loved it. Saw Clerks 2 a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago. Did not like it.
You didn't like it at all?
Oh, we talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm watching here. I like some of it, but not really.
Yeah. Okay. So he was also subsequently working on a Mallrats TV series. And it was like a race to see which one would get made first. We were all so excited. And Clerks 3 ends up getting made first, but it's not the original screenplay. So the original draft of this was written in 2013, and Kevin Smith like finished it. It was done, and he like tried to get it made. He couldn't get funding, and then he got the heart attack, and it made him like rework the entire script. But let me tell you the premise of the original version of Clerks 3, because it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So Hurricane Sandy happens. Do you remember Hurricane Sandy?
There's so many. I don't know.
Well, it mattered up here in the Northeast because it fucked up a lot of people in like New Jersey and Long Island. And so the idea for Clerks 3 was that Hurricane Sandy was going to destroy the quick stop. And Randall was going to have a nervous breakdown. And the way his nervous breakdown was going to manifest itself was that he was very excited for a movie, Ranger Danger, which is like a fake superhero in the Viewisk universe. And he was going to wait online for that movie for a year. And that's what Clerks 3 was going to be about. It was going to be Randall waiting online for a year, and he starts to like recruit, people to his cult, and he opens up a little quick stop in the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that would have been a better movie?
Why not?
I just think Kevin Smith at this point doesn't have a fucking ounce of talent in him anymore. It's gone. It's dead. So like, there's no version of this that was going to be good.
Did you watch the Jay and Silent reboot?
Yeah, I did.
And you thought that was bad too?
I thought it was worse than this.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get emotional in this at all at the end?
No, I felt nothing.
I kind of did.
You did?
I was like, oh, it's kind of
sad
sad
to see Dante die.
Oh no, not that part. I didn't care about that part.
What
When
were
he's
you
like
going?
watching the movie and he's like, "Oh, my friend made the
Oh,
movie."
stop it!
All
Jesus Christ!
right.
All right. Hey, listen. A lot of people out there liked this movie. Thought it was like a good finish to the
Yeah,
Clerks. Like
crowd pleaser.
I noticed that listeners of the show liked it. So like, it's okay to like this movie. I promise you. You're wrong. You're fucking wrong. Like, it's horrible. I mean, if you like this movie, you are simply lying to yourself in the face of sheer nostalgia. And I think you should probably face that. But it's okay to like the movie.
So you like it less than the second one,
Clerks 2?
right?
Yeah. I think he still had a little something when he made Clerks 2. Like, that movie's a fucking mess. But I think, like, the emotional beats hit. Like, that argument they have in the prison at the end of Clerks 2 is a better scene than any scene in Clerks 3.
Yeah, for sure. And when Jay and Silent Bob give the money, that's a great moment.
Yeah.
To buy the quick stop.
And when Jay does the Buffalo Bill thing from Silence of the Lambs, that's great too.
I don't remember that.
He puts his dick between his legs. It's great. All right.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the original script. Then K Dog has a heart attack because he's like fucking enormous at this point. Do you remember what Kevin Smith was looking like around 2014?
Yeah.
I mean, he was just like a walking fucking hockey
comic
jersey.
book men.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's what he was doing.
Hey, they were in the movie.
I saw him. Yeah.
Yeah. You excited for me to mention all of Kevin Smith's friends that I noticed in the movie?
Did you see all the Impractical Jokers? You a big fan of those guys?
No, the Impractical Jokers were in Clerks 3?
yeah,
How'd they end up there?
They're in the audition scene. All the Impractical Jokers audition.
Are they connected to Kevin Smith somehow now?
I don't know.
Is he just like a fan?
I didn't ask him. I have no idea.
That's so confusing. All right. So he writes the new script after the heart attack, and
should have taken him.
What?
The heart attack.
Jesus Christ!
We wouldn't have had to watch this.
It's pretty cool.
Just kidding.
I'm not gonna go that far.
If it took him, we wouldn't get all those great photos of him crying at the end of Wakanda Forever.
What did he post photos of him crying at the end of Wakanda Forever?
He always does that. After all the Marvel movies, he takes a picture of his eyeballs.
He's been doing that forever, man. He did that for like the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah. Funny. He invented this selfie.
He's such a star fucker, man. Anytime like anything nerdy comes out, he just like comes out and says it's amazing. And like I don't know what he's going for. Like, it's long past the time where they were going to offer him one of those properties. It's never going to happen anymore.
Never, ever gonna. Look at the talent we have, like people directing movies.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. You watch like, you go to Tubi, you watch like some bullshit like 75-minute horror movie. I guarantee you the composition of the shots are better than this fucking movie.
If there's a new project coming out and they're like, all right, who do we want to direct this? Kevin Smith or the director of Shiva Baby? What do you think they're going with? Not Kevin Smith. That's
Forget that.
prediction.
I mean, that person's talented. I mean, think about this. Who would you rather have direct the movie? Kevin Smith or Bryan Singer?
Kevin Smith.
I think even with the scandal, you choose Bryan Singer. I do. You're going to get a much better movie.
Bohemian Rhapsody was a big hit.
Yeah, it was.
Big hit.
Made a
won
Oscars.
Won lots of Oscars.
All right. So
it made $1 billion.
Close to it, if not. So Jeff Anderson, he was originally saying he didn't want to do the movie, and once the heart attack happened, he was like, I guess I gotta do the fucking movie for my fucking friend. Yeah. So he's back. I mean, Brian O'Halloran, he was just like writing emails to Kevin Smith every day, like, you think we'll do Clerks 3?
Yeah.
It finally came out this year, September 13th, to be exact.
Close to 9/11.
Very good. Yep. They had a $7 million budget. Yeah. Compared to 27,000 in the original Clerks.
Wow.
Yeah.
They had to do black and white back then.
Yeah, there's that whole fucking like,
Yeah,
what was that monologue where
the Kevin
he
Smith thing.
is it Kevin that delivers that
Oh
monologue
yeah, oh yeah.
about like the choice to make the movie black and white and why it
It's
mattered
like
to our
something he's been wanting
it's
to say
it's
forever.
fucking bullshit. He first of all, he didn't even DP his own fucking movie. Dave Klein did, a guy he met at film school,
Doesn't mean it
who's
wasn't
a
his
much more
choice.
talented filmmaker who's still working in Hollywood making actual movies. And fucking like it was only his choice because they only had the money for black and white film. It
I'm not
cost
defending
more
it,
back then to get color film.
but he said like
It
because
was
it will
not an
like
aesthetic decision. He would have put it in color.
he was like because it will remind you of like the grossness of commerce and like you're looking through a security camera and it's like something he made up in his head to make people think he's smart years later.
I
I don't know
know.
what that was.
I don't know what the fuck. That was like the ramblings of a madman.
You know what else I didn't like? I actually thought the editing in this one of my problems about Clerks 2 was the editing was really bad, and he edited both of these. I
Well,
don't know if he
you
did the
know,
first.
why the editing's bad. You know, I told you his favorite thing to do.
What?
He edits as he's directing
Oh right, how he shows all of his
because he
actors.
wants to show his friends the scenes.
Yeah, that's crazy. But what I was gonna say was all the cutaways to people saying like I don't know they would just I don't even remember this movie to be honest, but they would say like they would say something and it would just cut to Kevin Smith doing like a thumbs up or like nodding his head, being like,
Yeah.
"Yep, that's true, that's true, that's true." Quentin Tarantino, that's true. Just like I don't know.
He does that way too much. In the original Clerks, like Silent Bob kind of doesn't react to anything. He just sort of stands there, and I vastly prefer that version of the character.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to his like fucking obnoxious pantomiming he's constantly doing. So the movie opens, Logan, I have some notes, with "Welcome to the Black Parade" by My
Yeah,
Chemical Romance.
that was good.
That was good, you said.
Yeah. What, you don't like that? It's always good to hear that.
Okay. So it goes without saying that My Chemical Romance is a fucking horrible band.
But this
Horrible.
is the one.
Absolutely horrible. That's a shitty song. Gerard Way sucks. I hate that band. So the movie starts with one of their classic songs, and we play it in perpetuity.
Yeah,
the
the whole
song's
thing.
almost 5 minutes long, and they play the whole fucking thing.
It's like the Smashing Pumpkins song from the second one.
It's so much worse than that. At least that's a good song.
No, but this one at least is the opening of the movie, so you're not completely like taken by surprise. The Smashing Pumpkins thing is out of nowhere.
Well, it's just a montage. It's right. It's
This is
where
better.
those
This is better.
happen.
There's a montage too of him opening the quick stop.
Yeah, and it's all the same fucking bullet. Oh, gum in the locks. And I mean, it's so fucking annoying that everything they consider everything in Clerks so ridiculously iconic. Like it was a good movie.
Yeah, remember
whatever.
the hockey? Remember
like,
the hockey?
Yeah, just do something else.
Remember the guy looking in the fridge at all the expiration dates on the milk? Remember that? That's gonna be in all the movies.
Yeah, and guess what? That was my friend Vincent Pereira, and he'll do it again. Remember the milk one? That was my mom.
Jeez.
Fucking Christ. All right, so yeah, I mean, there's a scene in this movie where they're like planning to make a movie about their lives, right? So Randall is saying, we'll make a movie about all the fucked up shit that we've ever said and done here at the
Randall,
Quick Stop.
possible MVP.
Well, he's always good. That guy's good.
Yeah, that guy's
so like they start going over some stuff, right? So it's like, remember when Caitlin fucked the dead guy in the bathroom? And remember when you spit at that customer?
Remember the Death Star contractors bit?
Yeah, remember when we went to that funeral parlor and you knocked over the thing? Remember when we played hockey on the roof? And I'm like, that all happened on one day.
Right. This is true. I didn't even think about this part.
They're discussing their
This is a great point.
We're going to make a movie based on our entire...
genius.
Thank you, Logan. About their entire lives, and they discuss what has happened to them in their lives, and they can only come up with things that happened to them on the one day that we saw.
Yeah, brilliant.
I mean, come on, dude. That's amateur hour.
No.
Wait, watching.
No, you're wrong. Because they do go to that restaurant at one point, remember? Because he can't go inside because he's just thinking about Rosario Dawson.
What?
They go and shoot a scene at the restaurant from Clerks 2. Remember Clerks
Oh,
2?
the
He's working.
movies. I mean, you call
Right.
that a
So
restaurant?
you're a little wrong, but that's a great point. All the memories is just from that one
No,
day.
but then there's one other memory, and it's from the sequel.
Right. Right.
Nothing ever happened. The only things that ever happened to these people were on these 3 days, and I think it's antithetical to the entire fucking point of the first movie, which is about like the drudgery of
Yeah, the
everyday work
monotony.
a day.
Right.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Then like they're telling me that was just like the most exciting day they've ever had.
Yeah. No, this is a great point. Yeah, worth the price of admission of listening to this podcast just for that point.
I mean, there was a point in my life I would have called Kevin Smith my favorite filmmaker, and now I actually want to beat the shit out of him.
When though? Like 2003?
No, earlier than that. Like
Oh, really?
I was very young. Yeah, like 1999.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite one? The Chasing Amy?
I was obsessed with Chasing Amy and Clerks, and I was pretty
You're like,
into,
yeah, I can make a lesbian like me. I could so do that. Isn't that what that movie?
I never felt that way, and it's not really. Have you not seen that movie?
Never saw it.
You
And
should
honestly,
watch
I
it.
thought about watching it before this podcast, and then I watched Clerks 3.
I
and
know,
was like,
I
can't
know,
watch Kevin
and it's
Smith
like hard
anymore.
to believe he ever made anything worth watching.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I really thought about it.
Yeah, I get it, dude. I don't
Mallrats
blame
thought
you.
about doing the same thing. I
Yeah,
looked up your list.
Those are
If you were like,
both totally good, but like
Tusk thought about that one too. Couldn't do it.
yeah,
Only
Justin
because
Long,
of
he showed up
Justin.
in this,
Yeah,
the new Scream Queen.
yeah. Possible MVP, Justin Long. I have a list of 4
Of this
people.
movie,
I have a list of 4. He's one of them.
I thought he was horrible.
Really? No, I liked him.
What was that voice he was doing? He was like doing a Joseph Gordon-Levitt voice.
Let him have fun. Let him have his. Come on.
Let him have fun. It's
He
a
was doing
Clerks
his
movie.
thing.
Take it seriously.
This is serious.
It
He read the
should
script.
be.
He was like,
I
I'm gonna
know.
be the
You're
MVP.
probably right. He was like, nothing I do matters. Look at this shit.
Yeah, I actually don't think that these people read the script. Like, I think Ben. I think he was like, hey Ben.
I disagree. I totally disagree. I think Kevin
Really?
Smith forces everyone he knows to read his scripts.
I think he was like, Ben. This is like. I think he told him the premise. He was like, I had a heart attack and now I want to make a movie about how I had a heart attack and now we're gonna make the third one about all the movies and then you're gonna come in and audition. That'll be really funny, right?
No,
He was like, yeah.
100%. He gave Ben Affleck the entire script before he ever even thought about giving him that part, and was like, "Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think." And Ben Affleck didn't read it, and then had a conversation with Kevin Smith like a week later, and he was like, "It was great."
Okay, yeah. I don't think there's any way he does this if he knows about Elias and his sidekick.
No, he does. He's like, he's in Mallrats. The thing with Kevin Smith is he really did give roles to a lot of promising young actors early in their careers, so a lot of them do still feel the need to like pay him back or something. So like you see like classy actors show up in these trash movies.
How?
You know, like, I think like Matt Damon was in Jay and Silent Bob reboot, and I was like, "What are you doing? You're Matt Damon."
He was like, remember in Thor 3 how he's like barely in it acting, and if you don't realize it, you miss him and you don't even realize he's in it.
Yeah.
And then in Thor 4, like he's in it more. He's like has a whole scene where he's like, "Hey guys, I'm Matt Damon."
Yeah, there's more of everything in Thor 4, and it's all worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, I was gonna say something. Something I just thought about actually. He loves Batman, right? Batman's like his favorite thing.
Yeah, he has a podcast slogan called "Fat Man on Batman."
I think I knew that. Yeah. How cool? Like,
do you like that title?
No, not really.
Okay.
He probably thought it was the coolest thing ever when his friend Ben Affleck was cast as Batman.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like after the movie, he was probably like in rooms with Ben Affleck. Like I'm in the room with Bruce Wayne right now.
Well,
this is the coolest feeling.
It's even fucking crazier because Kevin Smith wrote a run on Daredevil like a long time ago, and then Affleck got cast as Daredevil. It's like Hollywood just like, Kevin, we like you. You're a sweet guy. We'll put your favorite actor as all your favorite superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze was never a superhero.
Why are you bringing up Freddie Prinze?
He's in this movie.
He's in this movie?
At the auditions.
Oh, yeah, that's right. A lot of people show up in those auditions.
Yeah, that's the best part. Just seeing all those other people I like.
Okay. All right. So
Becky's dead. Did we talk about that?
Yeah. So it starts with a great photo bomb of Rosario Dawson, and she's dead. And so what we did is that Dante, sorry, I got them mixed up. Dante, at the end of the second movie, he he ends up with Rosario Dawson insanely. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah,
but,
very stupid.
but you know, even though he is a hideous chud, he impregnates her, and I mean, the movie ends with her pregnant, right?
Did it? I don't remember that.
Yeah. They're when they're like working on rebuilding the quick stop, she has a belly, like a fake pregnant belly.
Okay.
So like the idea for this movie is that seconds after Clerks 2 ended, Rosario Dawson got into like a car crash.
Oh, so the baby died too.
Yeah, and the fucking baby died too. So that's what Dante's saying
damn.
when he says, like, I lost my entire family. Like, he's not just saying Becky, he's saying his unborn child too.
Yeah, that was terribly written when he's like, my whole life was taken from me from a drunk driver.
It's not horribly written. The problem is that Brian O'Halloran can't act a fucking lick. He's never been able to. And so
Even in the first one?
no, he's horrible. If you go back and like listen to the line deliveries, they're so fucking stiff, and it's just that script is so on point that like all he has to do really is deliver the dialogue.
What about this classic line? You ready?
Yep.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. What about that one?
How many times do you hear that in this movie?
You hear it at the very end at the funeral. He's like, you're not even supposed to be here today.
Meaning dead.
Right, you're in the grave.
Yeah.
That was great. What if I told you at Clerks 1, at the end of Clerks 3, he's going to be in a grave and they're going to say, you're not even supposed to be here today?
What if I told you at the end of Clerks 1, there's going to be a Clerks 3?
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, so they're playing hockey on the roof at the beginning. It's like a nice overhead shot. We never really got like a crane shot of the quick stop, so I actually appreciated that. Okay. I didn't know there were like trees next to it.
Yeah.
All right, so I spotted all of the people from his comic book store, Logan.
Yep.
One of them rang me up when I was in the store.
How was he?
Nice, I guess. And then we also...
Do they get paid for working at the store, or do they just get paid for being on the show, or both?
No, they get paid for working at the store. Like, they worked at the store before they did that show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't really know it. I just know, like, I watched it after The Walking Dead sometimes.
It was okay. It's just like a fucking reality show about a comic book shop.
Yeah.
But so those
don't
guys...
they all wear hockey jerseys, or just
yeah, they all fucking do. So those guys are on the roof, and there's also Ernie O'Donnell, who played Rick Darris in the original Clerks. He's there.
Wow. Didn't know.
Yeah. He's the one who like makes fun of Dante because he like grunts when he picks up a carton of milk.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And you know, he was originally supposed to play Randall. Like the part of Randall was written for that dude, and then he couldn't remember his lines. And so Kevin Smith was like, I got to find like an actual actor.
Well, I think Randall's probably my favorite part of Clerks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was... ironically, one of the smartest things Kevin Smith ever did was betraying a friend.
Is that guy in other stuff or just Clerks?
Nope.
Have you talked about how he looks like Spencer Treat Clark?
You think that Randall looks like Spencer Treat Clark, the kid from Unbreakable?
You don't think so?
I never put that together, no.
I feel like he really does, especially now that that kid's older.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, lift the fucking plate. All right, so...
I'm going to shoot you, Dad. We're not friends anymore.
Yeah. Jay is wearing a New Jersey Devils Martin Brodeur jersey. I just want to say that because I appreciated it. Yeah. All right, so they get off the fucking roof, and let's bring in our third lead. Remember from Clerks 2, we introduced a classic new character, Elias.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Elias. I walk with Elias. What about you?
You better believe it. So he's back.
He just sucks.
He sucks. I mean, no one has ever had more faith in anyone than Kevin Smith has in this guy.
This guy was in Clerks 2 and then Clerks 3.
I know. And he's like, he got fat, first of all, between Clerks 2 and Clerks 3. What happened there? He was like good looking in Clerks 2. He's just like a fat weirdo now. And he's married in real life, I think, to the girl who played Trish the Dish in Kevin Smith's Mallrats. So he's like so connected to the View Askew crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very distasteful to see him show up. I was not looking forward. I sort of forgot he existed, and then like they did that same scene that I didn't like in Clerks 2 with like his family like singing coming up, like driving up.
Oh, I don't remember that. Works.
Yeah, and but then pretty soon in the movie he denounces Christianity, and that's his bit for the movie. He's gonna be like a Satanist.
Yeah, hilarious.
It's never funny one time. It actively takes away from the funeral scene at the end. He's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And he's also got a sidekick who might be worse. Maybe.
All right. Let me say, no, he's not worse because he doesn't talk.
That's a good point.
Let me talk about something else that pissed me off in this movie. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the original Clerks, they shot it just at the quick stop, right? So like it feels so fucking real. Like it's a convenience store in New Jersey. It's set up like a convenience store in Jersey. In the background, if you look, there's like real magazines and real candy.
And it's shot
shit.
in black and white, so you feel like you're watching it through a security
Stop
camera.
it. All right. My problem with Kevin Smith movies now, and this is true of all of them, but it was especially true of this one because it's in a convenience store, is that he production designs his movies to shit. Whereas everything in the original Clerks was like a real item that you can buy at a convenience store, literally everything in this fucking store is a reference to a Kevin Smith movie. That's all it is.
Didn't notice.
They're selling Chuli's gum. There's a big ad for Chuli's gum because that's the fake gum from the beginning of Clerks with the fucking guy with the nicotine gum. All right. And then they show a fucking woman wearing a Happy Scrappy shirt. That was just like a random video they referenced in one scene of the original Clerks. Okay? Fucking Elias is a Buddy Christ kite. I mean, that's just like, what are you supposed to do with that? Just go, oh, right, Dogma's a movie.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. They're selling Moobies brand cereal, which I don't even understand because Moobies is supposed to be the McDonald's of this universe.
Yeah.
All right. And they're also selling Ranger Danger comics. And Ranger Danger is a fake fucking superhero that Kevin Smith made up for these movies. For a while there.
Based on Roger Dodger?
No, that's funny though. But Kevin Smith was trying to get a Ranger Danger movie made. And everyone was like, no, obviously we're not going to make it. And so he just like throws references to it in all of his fucking movies.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
It's like the references are inescapable. I just want to watch the movie.
I understand it. I didn't even get the references.
All right. So about a third.
Say a note?
I'd love to hear it.
Dante pronounces both Han and Leia incorrectly. He says Han and Leah.
Well, I like that he says Leah because that's sort of what they call her in the original Star Wars.
Yeah, but grow up. Come on.
Grow up. That was even a thing. Like, remember when you said all that shit about the people on the Death Star? Like,
yeah,
there's that one day. All right. So Randall has a heart attack like a third of the way into the movie, which is supposed to like mimic Kevin Smith's heart attack. And I'm not sure why, but when he had the heart attack, they played My Own Worst Enemy by Lit.
Yeah, you didn't get that?
It's no surprise to me. Why?
Because he, in eating so much cholesterol, was his own worst enemy.
Is that? I mean, you're probably right. That probably is the thinking behind putting that song in.
I didn't even catch what song it was.
But it just doesn't fucking fit, man. Like, you're trying to get me to feel the gravity of this situation. One of your main characters who I've watched for 2 entire movies and an animated series just had a fucking heart attack. Let me live in that for a second. Don't play a fucking Lit song.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have a question, D-Train.
Yeah, go ahead.
At one point, Jay and Silent Bob, they say, I forget which one says it. Might have been Silent Bob because he talks in this movie. They say like, we've been on 2 movie sets. All right, and one of them was Stab 3. But what was the other one?
But one of them was Stab 3.
I couldn't think of what the
I
other one
don't
was.
believe that was even one of the ones they're referencing.
Really? They say
Yeah.
we've been on 2 movie sets
They
before. We know what we're
have.
talking
They
about.
have. They're on the set of the Blunt Man and Chronic movie and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which is based on a comic that is based on them. And then I think they end up on one in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot too.
So Stab 3 is not even one of them.
No.
So they've been on 3 movie sets.
Yeah, so he didn't even get that
What the
the
fuck?
fact about his characters correct.
Yeah, that's terrible.
All right.
Didn't they want to be on it? Jason wanted to be on it, right? And he was like, "Bro, I love Stab or Scream. We got to be in Scream."
Yeah. Muse
Scream
wanted
3."
to do it. So there was one reference I liked. So there are a couple of references to the cartoon in this movie, and I kind of think the cartoon is better than any Clerks movie.
What cartoon?
There's a Clerks cartoon.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, he did it for 6 episodes for ABC, and they canceled it really fast. I think they only aired 2 episodes, but then they put them out on DVD, and they're super fucking good. They're like
Really?
they're like way better than anything he's ever done. And part of that is because like the head writer is Dave Mandel, who worked on Seinfeld and later like was the head writer on Veep. Like there was actually talented people working on that show. So my favorite reference to that show in this movie was the doctor who's wearing a costume. And she says,
Yeah, like a
I'm
witch.
sorry I'm sorry I'm dressed as a witch. I'm coming straight here from a costume party. That's a recurring bit in the cartoon. Every time they go to a doctor, he's wearing a costume and he says that.
Okay, so you like that part.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. So 2 stars, not 1 star.
No, 1 star. It's fucking horrible. So Rosario Dawson shows up a bunch in this movie as a Force ghost.
Yeah, she does. It's like I was watching Life During Wartime.
Fuck you. Come on, that's way better.
That's it is.
Yeah, I mean, she like gives our guy advice. I mean, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing?
And
at the
then
end,
he's a
right?
ghost. Yeah. It's like it's Harold Ramis at the end of Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh my
all over
god,
again.
you're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
There's literally this movie literally ends with Randall standing at the fucking counter of the Quick Stop while Dante's ghost stands next to him. I wanted to kill myself.
It was very stupid.
Yeah. All right. So at one point, Jay and Silent Bob they return a movie that they rented many years ago, a movie called Dental School, and what that is paying off is that movie was said to be rented out in the original Clerks.
Oh, anonymously? They didn't know who?
I guess
Now it's
not.
revealed that they had it.
Yeah, what a great reveal. I've only spent the last 25 years wondering who rented that movie.
Well, it was Jay.
Yeah, so finally got that answer. I guess I could die now. And and it's like a lot of money. It's such a fucking dumb scene.
Yeah,
I hated every scene in this movie.
every one of them.
All of them.
We also saw.
Oh wait, I liked one scene. I actually liked this scene.
Yeah, which one?
I liked when fucking Veronica showed up.
Yeah, and they had sex in the car.
Yeah, Veronica showed up to like give him shit, and I thought that worked out, and I thought she could still kind of act a little bit. And then they had like a nice, mature conversation that like 2 people who have broken up can have sometimes. And then they have like one more fuck for the road. Like I thought that really felt like 2 adults interacting in a way that nothing else in this movie did.
Yeah. Does she even know that he died? Did we see her at the funeral or anything? I don't remember.
I mean,
we probably saw a shot.
Yeah, she's got to be, right? You know, the movie was dedicated to Lisa Spoonhour, the other girl from Clerks, the one who fucks the dead guy in the bathroom, because she passed away a couple years ago.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yes, very suddenly. Lisa Spoonhour.
Yeah. I have a note. At one point, they say Dante's Inferno, and I said, what's that?
Are you serious?
That was a joke from when we did
oh, right.
Dante's Peak.
I remember, yeah.
Jeez.
Well, it was a long time ago, and it wasn't on the main show.
It was. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. All right. So, uh, yeah, I didn't care for that. Like that was always just like subtext of the movie. Like they Kevin Smith in this movie was just like everything I've ever thought, I'm just gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. And it was terrible. I
Yeah.
hated it all.
Yeah.
They talk about The Departed. I have that note. The Departed.
I
rat.
hated that. I hated that. First of all, it's not an original thought. Everyone thinks that.
Everyone said it, and you disagree.
I disagree.
You don't like The Departed, right?
I don't like The Departed. Yeah, I don't think the rat is like the ghost.
Well, he says like he says something, and then he's like, "I'm talking about The Departed, a perfect movie until the rat."
It's not. It's not. It's like an okay movie, and the rat is stupid. But a lot of things in that movie is stupid, so I don't think it stands out.
Yeah, isn't Anthony Anderson in that movie?
I think so. Yeah, that movie's just Boondock Saints for smart people.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. So how does Dante die? I don't even remember.
I think he also has a heart attack.
Oh, another heart attack.
Dual heart attacks.
Kevin Smith had one, so now he's like, that's one way people die.
He's hoping that Jay has one too.
Yeah.
And dies.
That'll be the Clerks 4.
Can I tell you something else I noticed?
Yeah.
Kevin Smith bought, basically, because I don't know what Jay would be doing these days if not for Kevin Smith. But he bought him those insane teeth. Did you notice Jason Mewes' teeth in this movie?
Well, it's because Jason Mewes had a horrible fucking meth addiction, so I'm sure his teeth are crumbled to shit, and he had to get new ones.
Yeah, he looked like Kyle Christie from The Challenge.
Yeah, good ref. I knew exactly who you meant. He should get a little beard implant too.
Yeah, he should. He did the hair also.
Okay. I've spotted his wife and kids in the movie.
Who? Kevin?
No, Jay's.
Oh, where?
At the end,
there are kids in this movie?
At the end, there's like a mom holding a baby, and I was like, oh, that's Jason Mewes' family.
Yeah, didn't notice.
Yeah. Everyone's in. I mean, the scene where they're doing the auditions. I mean, who else was there? We saw Kevin Smith's mom in that
Sarah
scene,
Michelle
who
Gellar.
has an infuriating line. Like, who wrote this trash? He must not have been raised by a good mother. And I'm like, oh my God. It was like watching my mom deliver a line in a movie.
You didn't notice Sarah Michelle Gellar? If you didn't notice Freddie Prinze Jr.,
no, of course I noticed. Of course, she's Buffy. If I got to notice Buffy,
okay. Danny Trejo, got him written down.
Oh my God! And he makes a weird offhand machete reference that's not funny and doesn't make sense in the context.
The kid from Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, right, that we talked about.
What?
He's in all these movies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and he showed up. I did notice him,
and I recognized him. Like I was like, oh, that looks like that kid grown up.
And he said, "This is like the dude. This reminds me of the dude who used to sell me weed."
Yep, that is what he said, and I would have never known if not for you telling me.
Yeah, bro. We also see Fred Armisen. I'm sure he creeped out a few women on the set, and then
Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah, I like Bobby Moynihan. That was fun.
I think he's the only person here that was in the Big Brother house, I want to say.
Well,
probably.
That remains to be seen. All right. Melissa Benoist, she played Supergirl on television. She was in it, and that's because Kevin Smith directed some episodes of Supergirl. So there's also Ben Affleck. Then he gets his friend Ralph Garman, who's one of the least funny people that has ever existed on the planet Earth. And he does bad impressions, and so he comes in and does like hoo-wah, and we're supposed to think that's funny. He does Arnold Schwarzenegger. He does like Arnold, I'm Arnold, hoo-wah. It's like,
well, that's Pacino.
You have not worked on an impression since 1994.
Yeah, I went over my head. I didn't know him.
All right, so that guy. Then Ethan Suplee showed up as his character from Mallrats.
Sure. I know that name.
That was fucking exciting. Then Anthony Michael Hall was there.
That's a good one. And
in the last, Scott Mosier was also there doing the Willem character, the one who snowballs in the first movie. So, and another weird thing about that is that character is supposed to be the same character as the Ethan Suplee character from Mallrats.
Same character.
So he put cameos by
I have a question.
2 different actors playing the same character in that sequence.
Ben Affleck orders something from the restaurant in Clerks 2. Is he the same character here in Clerks 3?
I would assume.
Okay. But he's not in Clerks 1, right? Probably didn't know each other.
Sadly, no. Yeah.
Okay.
He was in Boston during that period, probably.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So Dante dies. They go to his funeral. Randall makes a movie.
Yeah.
And it's successful because it's supposed to just be Clerks. You know what was weird about it was they were showing scenes from Randall's movie, but they were just using shots from the original Clerks. But all the actors in Clerks are like 30 years younger than they are when they were shooting the things where they're shooting the movie in this.
Right. So Dante is 100 pounds lighter. We see him at the counter.
Yeah,
he has like Clerks.
He has much thicker hair and a better beard. And
a better beard. I noticed.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, it is insane. But
you
just roll with it because it's so good. You're just riding with the movie.
I'm rolling with nothing. I mean, there's literally like every scene of this movie, I could pick out something that is like unprofessionally bad.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with anything you're saying. 1 star. I give it 1 star.
And then, do you stick around for the credits at all?
No.
Oh my God, dude.
Maybe. What happened?
During the credits, they play a clip from one of Kevin Smith's podcasts.
No, I missed this.
Yeah, where he's like talking.
Batman on Batman? You talking about Batman on Batman?
No, I think Smodcast. Where he's talking about the making of this movie, and he says an idea that he had for Randall that he didn't put in the movie. But because it's in the podcast that's in the movie, it is in the movie. So why didn't he just put it in?
Because he just wanted us to know how smart he is, that he came up with the idea, but didn't go through with it.
Fucking hate this man.
They were
gonna go further and show like where everyone ends up, you know, like
the Sandlot.
Yeah, like the Sandlot. And it was gonna be Randall like makes movies until he's 90 or something.
All right, like is Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, he's Clint Eastwood.
Are there any other like really old filmmakers, like really old, like not Scorsese, but like really old?
I mean,
like Clint's in a tier of his own.
There have been like Sidney Lumet was old as fuck when he was done, but like, yeah, right now probably Clint is the oldest living like working director.
Exorcist guy, he's dead. Guy who made The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friedkin.
All right. My MVP is Randall.
I guess mine is too.
Or you can go Sarah Michelle Gellar if you want to.
No, I'll go with Veronica.
Wow. Okay, even though she had sex with Dante, that kind of sucks.
You know, but she looks like she would. Like she doesn't look like Rosario Dawson.
He said at one point, like, you look great. You've aged way better than me.
And I was like, yeah, she has. I agree.
was going to ask you if you agree or disagree.
I did, yeah, because like she hasn't aged particularly well, but Brian O'Halloran's aged horribly.
They also do the 37 bit a lot.
Yeah, that shows up. I liked Veronica's reaction to that though. Hey, were you excited that...
Was that true?
What?
I never really understood if that was true or not, or if they were messing with him. The 37 dicks.
Oh, no, that's true.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, she admits to it in that movie.
Okay.
So, were you excited to see the host of The Circle, Michelle Buteau, show up?
I didn't notice.
Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, when was this?
Dude, it was at the end, like the very end. They're having that big scene in the
in movies. Right? Is she in movies?
Yes.
When he like shows up late and
it's like a family. There's like a mom, a dad, and a kid, and the mom is Michelle Buteau.
That's awesome.
Sadly, no appearance from her doppelganger, Too Hot to Handle's Michelle Buteau.
That would have been incredible.
That would have been incredible.
No one would have gotten it except for us.
Yeah. Yeah, well, definitely. So it was a bummer to see Kevin Smith's wife again because she doesn't have any talent. And then it was also a bummer to see Kate Micucci show up because she does have talent and she shouldn't be stepping foot anywhere near these movies. And then his daughter showed up at the end because that's the thing that happens in these movies now, and that's the end of the movie. Fuck it, 1 star. Yeah, Randall's the MVP. No, I'll give
LVP
it to
Smith.
Veronica. LVP Smith, man.
Yep. All right.
Fuck you.
Yep.
Drop dead.
Come on.
All right. So that's that movie. And doesn't it close with like another My Chemical Romance song?
I don't know.
I think
hope
it does.
so. I really hope so.
Yeah. I'm not okay.